Hey, good evening. Well, it's another one of those excitement trips, and we're doing the groceries. Actually, I did get a kind of a request meeting up with one of my fellow Brits who said that he found these little videos useful. Quite apart from the fact that I use this now to talk about a few other things which are of some importance, at least to me. And we have our little parcel which has already been opened by Beth. I think she took some of the meat out of there. But it does seem to me that prices are going up. So nothing ever goes down, does it? And it's one of those cases where what goes up must come down. It doesn't apply to prices. So what I've actually spent this time, usually I get, to me, quite a lot of stuff. Get a lot of meat usually for under 2,000 pesos. But I've hit the over 2,056 pesos. Heaven forbid. But anyway, let me just tell you what I've done, and then we can have a look as I'm unpacking it. But I did get 4 lots of pork bones, which is one of our things. Now, did notice that the pork bones, maybe I'm just getting more these days, or maybe I got the slightly more expensive one. But the pork bones this time, 160 pesos, 114, 89 was a small one, 136. So I think spending a little bit more on that than usually. And quickly to go on, I get small cans. Beth, on her more strict diet these days, she's been forbidden to eat any seafood. Well, for those of you who know my wife, if she had the chance and the supply of crab, she would eat crabs all day long, every meal. That and rice, and she would be the happiest of troopers. Well, anyway, I get the small cans of tuna, and I can have those with cold rice. I don't mind. I've learned, since I came to the Philippines, I've learned that food that's actually prepared hot does not have to be eaten hot. In fact, quite the opposite. If you ever go to any kind of a function, say a birthday party or something that's held in the home, and they've cooked, it will have been cooked and it will be laid out on a table, but it won't be hot. So that's something that you learn in the Philippines to do it. I know that where I came from, my humble beginnings, you would always eat your food when it was hot, but times have changed. So I did get honey, and I got the larger bottle this time, and I've just noticed that that's gone up another 30 pesos, and it's now 153. I used to get it before when it was on the shelf. It hasn't been on the shelf for a little while, so this is obviously a new batch that they've got, supposedly pure honey. Let me see, got something come in there. Get it off the screen. Yeah, this is a new batch of honey because they were out for a while. We are on a small island, so things are bought differently on an island because everything is imported. So the honey has come in at 159, which is up 20 or 30 pesos. So also got, this is one of the expensive items that's pushed the price up a little. We did have a recommendation for our little dog that there was a particular washing up liquid that was good for washing the dog. That didn't turn out so well. Our little dog is Pomeranian. He is the scruffiest little Pomeranian that you've ever seen. He delights when he goes out in going down to the pig farm. There's a little tiny pig farm, just a few pigs that's run by a neighbour close enough for Ryder, our little dog, to take a trip down there and come back in disgusting condition. And then he goes and lies under the truck and picks up whatever dirt he can from underneath the truck. So we tried the cheaper version, but that didn't work out. His skin didn't work too well on that. So I got some, where is it? Yeah, Vitality Dog shampoo, and that was quite expensive. That was $287, so nearly 300 pesos. Right, I like to get a little treat for Beth, and she loves, now that she can't eat her favorite food, I get seedless grapes, but they're not expensive, 50 pesos. Let me see. Ponkiat, I don't know, have no idea what that is, but it was 130 pesos. Great taste. Yeah, don't know what this one is. One pack for 189. A deep repair. This is shampoo, which Beth likes to have this particular shampoo, and that was 189. But of course, it works out. There we are on the grapes, and that was 49, call it 50 pesos, right? So the other thing that I got was, I got the white caramel. This is what they call 3-in-1 here, and what it means is that you have, what can I do? How can I get this open? I didn't bring my scissors. There we are. It is the Filipino way of buying most things. Shampoo is bought in sachets like this. This is one cup of coffee, and it's what popularly is called 3-in-1 because it contains everything. I really shouldn't be eating sugar, but this is the only way that I eat sugar, because white caramel, this really is good. And that has 25 sachets. So 25 sachets, let's see what it costs. Is it? Yeah, great taste, 25. That was 189. So call that 200 pesos for 25 cups of coffee. Sounds good to me. Now, for a change, I bought some butter. Where is the butter? You do not get butter in the Philippines. People don't eat butter, or haven't been up to now. But now, if you search really carefully, this is New Zealand butter, which we always used to eat back home in the UK, and it's a very small thing. It's salted. I can never remember when I go to buy it whether it should be salted or unsalted. I think salted is the more popular thing, and my recent inquiries into the subject of salt is that we probably, if anything, we don't get enough salt. So I got salted, but that's Anchor butter, and that was 82 pence, not nearly $2 for how much? Net weight 3.5 ounces, 100 grams. So there we are on that. I like, at the moment, I really enjoy having oranges, which I eat all the time. Now, I like to get a big orange. Then, of course, that's 39 pesos, and I got 2 of those. But I also got these small oranges. We call these, in the UK, we call these tangerines. I love these because they're very easy to peel, and they're really delicious. So I binged, and I got 2 lots of those, which I eat very, very quickly. So here's the pure honey. Remember that I told you I have been seeing synthetic honey. God knows why anybody would want to get synthetic honey. Don't we have enough? Don't we have enough where they've messed about with our food? If you're discussing Mr. Gates, he's the gateway to eating. He wants us to eat bugs, doesn't he? He thinks that we're going to be able to have mashed crickets moulded into something that looks like a beef burger. I don't think so. Now, I love to have cheddar. I snack on this all the time. Slice it into bits and have it with crackers. Well, I already have some crackers. Haven't been eating the crackers very much lately. Goes in binges. So I saw this huge apple. I'm hoping that this is not a one where they've messed about with it. But we used to get big apples. How much did that cost? Quite expensive, actually. That was nearly $1 to have that. 46 pesos, almost $1. Here's our spoilt little dog. Shampoo and conditioner. Isn't that nice? Gentle and natural. Of course they are. And it says eliminates odor. That will be good after our dog has had a little visit down to the pig farm. Now, what else? Oh, now, one of our subscribers laughed about this Irish Spring. He says when his wife comes back from the UK, she brings a suitcase full of Irish Spring soap. And what they've done is they've stopped putting it in a cardboard pack. Not sure whether this is smaller or not, but isn't that the biggest marketing scam? Is you can either raise the price of something and risk people being a bit miffed, or you can put it in a different package, and the package may be bigger but the article or product is smaller, and the price, who knows what. Here's my little tuna. Now that's tuna caldereta, which is a particular style of treatment. So I got one of those, two of those for the caldereta. They're very small, but that tuna is high in protein. So if I put that with some rice, it makes a kind of a snack, a little bit more than a snack, but less than a meal. And then this one is budget size fresco tuna affritada, whatever that is, but it is delicious. I love it. And I can have one of these as a snack without including Beth in a big meal. So now let me see. This must be this is what I must get for Beth. If it doesn't have the word keratin on it, which is backwards for you, I know. But if it doesn't have the word keratin on it, I'm in the doghouse. What else? Now there's my meat, which I always show you. Now I got the slightly more expensive one. Now this is all meat on the bone, and I try to make it one meal so that one bag is one meal between the two of us. Now that was $1.36 for that bag, and let me see, what did it weigh? I can't see what it weighs. Net weight 700 grams. Just as an aside, it was just about a year ago that I had cataract surgery done, and how can I put this? It seems to be wearing off. Maybe it's because when you get cataract surgery, you get something that's put into your eye, which is about like my little fingernail. That's you get a new lens. have to say that the lens is new, but the eyes are old. So maybe there's only a certain amount. And I remember someone else, another expat that I spoke to that had cataract surgery, and he had that done locally, and his was actually very, very cheap actually. I think under 50 or 60,000 pesos for the two, done at different times. And at first he said that he had 20/20 vision, and that's what I found too. I came out of there. The brilliant sunshine didn't do much good for me. Had to have the very dark glasses on for a little while to get used to that. But that was immediately following the operation. So, which was, by the way, I have to say, was the most unpleasant procedure that I've ever had to suffer. They prop the eye open like this. Obviously, they've got to do that. So they have a little doodad that they put in there, and it holds the eye open no matter what, and it holds it open so that they still have clear access to the eye. And then from that they can make an incision, I think, and slide the lens in from the side. I remember that when I was under, that I wasn't under general anaesthetic, so I was awake and suffering through the whole thing. I had both eyes done. Now, I remember being told after each procedure was finished that it had only taken 4 minutes. 4 minutes, 4 minutes. That's all it took. And during that time, he was putting in anaesthetic so that I wouldn't feel any discomfort. It worked to an extent, but out of 100, out of 1 to 10, say, it was about 8 for the anaesthetic working. But they do this and they just keep squirting stuff into the eye, which obviously numbs it so that you're not in agony. But it was so unpleasant because it just felt like I was drowning. But it was incredible for a long time. I had 20/20 vision, and it really was very good. The colours, I am still seeing brilliant colours, especially for some reason I'm seeing the colour yellow is especially bright, which you can see on here. Look, colour yellow, very, very bright. When I came out of the surgery, it's an outpatient thing. The yellow cabs that we were seeing were almost blinding, and I had to be led around. Of course, I didn't drive home, and we were in Cebu when that was done. Now, I see that there is a deterioration, and I can see I'm okay with it. I can't complain. I've enjoyed having much greater eyesight for quite a while, and it hasn't gone back as much as before. I can still read, well, I'm still reading this. I'm still reading it, Orange 88, 2 pieces at 39 pesos. I can see that if I really don't want to be squinting for very small print, then I will have to have glasses. Let me see if I can see the small print that I am talking about. Okay, now, you see that small print on there? I don't know whether you can actually see that. Back or forth. Along the bottom here is a very small print, which is probably the most important stuff, which is why they put it into small print. But actually my eyes are good now, but it says consumer care products, and then Amang Rodriguez Avenue. So I'm still reading pretty damn good, but sometimes I can sense that I'm really squinting, but maybe it's just needs a superhuman and I've really written it off as a complaint by saying that I'm getting on. So how much can we really expect to have something rescued or restored? Doing pretty good right now. I shouldn't complain. It's just that I do think in the future it's possible that I may have to have glasses for reading. So that's my little grocery list, and it seems, for some reason, it does seem smaller. Maybe it's just me. Let me look at the expensive items. This is expensive. This is expensive. This one is an expensive one. And of course, we've got the Cheddar shampoo. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 quite expensive items in there. Even this tiny little thing, which will probably last quite a while. This is actually real butter, which I had to search for. All of the rest was tastes like butter, and then was said pure butter. And when I really looked at the label, it was no such thing. Had all kinds of stuff in there. So this one is Anchor butter, which is what we used to have at home. So I have got several quite big items, and of course still got the meat, which some of that is that accounts for about, let me see, just a guess, around 600 pesos. Okay, so you're almost there at 1,000 before you've gone very far. Thanks for looking in. Hope this has helped, and I'll be back. Do share this, please. It does help a great deal if you share.